Welcome in, race fans. This is Inter's Racing League. Tier 1, Round 4 at the beautiful Hungary ring under sunny skies. With the real heat, of course, taking place on track with some of the finest Formula 1 racing you are likely to see online. We saw a 1-2 Red Bull Masterclass finish in the rain in Spa last week, topped off with a double shoey celebration by the boys in dark blue, yellow and red, which elevated the team to the top of the Tier 1 Constructors' Championship standings. Now, let's not pretend it was all smooth sailing for the reigning champ Prince and his team. AMS Kong, the driver formerly known as Silderfort, produced one of the most polished laps to take pole away from Prince and No Jug that you will likely witness. He led the race comfortably until an unforced error saw the mighty Ferrari spin on lap 14. Early pre-season contenders KLX and Jacko were unfortunate DNFs early on. No Jug was caught out in the rain, trying to push an extra lap on mediums, which cemented his demise, allowing Kyler and Prince to execute the strategy for the Red Bull 1-2 victory. With all of that out of the way, let me welcome in you to a brand new racing day. Martin Brundle, how is the anticipation?
The anticipation, mate, is absolutely fizzing out there, and it doesn't even look like we've got any cars on the track. I've just got this horrible feeling. Oh, no, we do see some of the pit crews coming out onto the track. Oh, never mind. Gosh, I had a horrible feeling it was going to be another Codemasters fantastic lobby there this afternoon. But never mind, we are underway. We see duels out on the track in the beautiful sunshine here at the Hungary ring, mate. This is going to be an absolute banger. I can't wait. Of course, you and I did a race last night, which was a little bit less fortunate for us. But nonetheless, it's a very technical track. It's a lot of hard work for the drivers, a lot of downforce, a lot of minimum apex speed. And it's just an absolute bugger of a thing on tyres, Joey. There's going to be some burning tyres out there. What's your forecast for the strategy, do you reckon?
Oh, look, you probably won't want to go what Cuds did in his victory and go 26 laps long on those mediums. He got a puncture on the last lap and managed to hold on after such. I just saw Dools had a bit of a big snap there, but managed to hold that one in. So probably had a skip of the heartbeat there, you'd imagine. Look, probably go as long as they can on hards if that's the tyre you're going to start with, and look to bring those mediums home fresh towards the end of the race. But yeah, look, there's going to be, as always, a few different strategies. Just on board with Dools as he's beginning his hot lap, if you're on board there, Martin.
Yeah, I am. We're just sitting in the broadcast field. I just thought we'd see a few laps and see what the actual benchmark is for a pole lap before we actually jump on for a hot lap with somebody just at this stage. Just let the cars settle in, let the tyres get up to temperature, a little bit of track evolution, a bit of rubber down on the road, and just let the guys really sort of try and find their groove. He's looking very fast at this stage, but I imagine, what are we saying for a pole lap around here, Joey? A low 16 maybe, mate?
I can see Prince getting into the 15.
Into the late 15s, do you reckon? Are we sort of maybe 15.8, 15.7 somewhere? I see Prince is actually on an outlap. We'll just wait and see what happens there. But for some reason, ET8 Marcus, who is actually returning to us, is on the meds. He's on an outlap.
Marcus he's replacing Broccolilli tonight, the team principal. I think it was meant to be Prime Megabee, who's been a bit of a consistent driver the last few weekends as a reserve. But Marcus has been given the green light tonight. We know he's pretty fast from previous racing leagues. No doubt about that.
Yeah, no doubt about that at all. We haven't seen Marcus for a little while now. Dools coming across the line with a 15.7. We're already in the 15s. We're already in the 15s. How naive of that was that of me to think we'd be in the 16s. 15s. Will we even see a 14? Aussie 2 goes with a 17.5. That'll be a banker for Aussie at this stage, I reckon. Prince on an outlap. Daniel Starr. 16.2 from AMS Kong, KLX jumping in there as well. Everybody getting a little piece of the action on those soft tyres at this stage. No rubber down on the track, but it is a beautiful day, and there'll be some great temperature in those tyres. You'll probably really only get one hot lap out of those tyres. If you try and push for more than that, if you're carrying a bit more fuel for a double up, to be honest, after the first lap, they're going to be absolutely burnt out, so you're going to start losing in probably half a second.
Riley in the Mercedes, who's Marcus Costa's teammate today in the Mercedes. Riley, he's in great form. He's put in a 1:16 flat there just for his first lap. Last weekend, Riley, he had great pace at Spa. He moved through the field with precision. be described as surgical, really. Consistent finishing in the top 10 every race this season so far. So yeah, he's in good form, and look to him to continue this kind of form today, I reckon. Tomo just goes a 1:16 flat as well, right behind Riley there. Of course, Tomo in the Alpha Tauri, he had a fantastic qualifying in Spa last weekend. Was P4 right behind Prince, and continued in the top 10 all race until the rain came down, and he actually disconnected and was forced into AI, and that put him onto the mediums in the rain, which pretty much ended his race. So not good fortune there for Tomo, so wishing him the best out there today.
But I think he'd probably be sending an email to Codemasters just to thank them, for really looking after him in that situation. What a way that that the game can look after him by putting him on the completely wrong tyre. I bet he was so proud of them. So proud.
Oh, we know EA Sports' new saying, it's in the bin. It's not in the game anymore. It's in the bin.
Now, what did you say last night, Joey? They're actually building the new game on top of this game as we are playing it.
Yeah, that's why we're seeing so many glitches and...
Yeah.
You can only stack so many codes on top of so many codes, but anyway, good on them.
You can. Yep. Good on them for trying and doing whatever they do.
Let's have a look. Let's get on board with I'm a Noob, if you don't mind. Oh, he's just had a big snap going around into turn 4. He's going around that looping right-hander in turn 5 at the moment, heading down into turn 6 and 7 where the chicane is. I'm a Noob in the Aston Martin in that fabulous livery. Of course, last weekend had a great race with his teammate and brother in the Aston Martin, finishing in P4, right behind his brother in P3. Outstanding performance from those two working together. Sees them in P3 in the overall constructors in Tier 1. And Jedley, unfortunately, is just DNF'd. So that's in turn 5, just the beginning of turn 5 there. So he's got it a bit squirrely, and that's ended his qualifying in the Williams there.
It has. I mean, he is sitting in P8, a 16.228. He would have liked to get out again before the end of qualifying, but he may end up middle of the pack unless these guys can go a lot more rapid than what they already are. We've got Prince down the bottom. Of course, Mash hasn't done a lap yet. I think Prince might actually be on a hot lap at this stage.
Secret's just gone around. That would be turn 11, I believe, there. Yep, he's just spun it, of course, Secret in the AlphaTauri as well. He's just cemented a full-time seat there. Team principal myself, I gave him the seat with Broken Reptile with his release down into Tier 2 and being signed by Red Bull. So Secret had his first race for AlphaTauri last weekend in Spa, went from P20 on the grid to P7. So outstanding performance, to rub shoulders with some of the best drivers we have here in Tier 1 at Intus Racing League. So he's jumping back into the pits. He's sitting on a 16.8 at the moment, so he'll look to improve, and I think Prince might be on a flyer.
He may very well be, but he is about halfway through, so we will wait until someone else is at the beginning of the lap. Just going back to that spin of Secret, well picked up that's turn number 11, Joey. That turn's actually named after John Alesi, following his massive crash there during the 1995 Hungarian Grand Prix. So that is the John Alesi corner, which is just an absolute bugger of a thing for crashes by the sound of it. Also, if we can look back, turn 4, just that one, that bugger of a thing to the left, is actually named after Nigel Mansell because he lost a wheel there during the 1987 Hungarian Grand Prix. Turn 4.
Get on board with Kong right now. He's going through turn 4. He's just about to head up there. Kong's on his fast lap. Of course, he got pole last weekend in Spa in the Ferrari.
Turn 4, there we go.
Formerly known as Silderfort. He's in tremendous form, especially in qualifying. So run us through the last half of this lap if you wouldn't mind, Martin.
Oh, mate, I would be absolutely delighted to. So this is just such a high downforce track as you come down now through the middle sector. You want to try and keep as much apex speed as you can through here. Gosh, that Ferrari looks fantastic. He's making this look absolutely wonderful heading towards the third sector. It should be about 5th or 6th gear through here. Really got to watch out for that outside curb coming down now into the final sector. This is a little bit of a funny sector. It's real low speed corners under the DHL sign to the penultimate turn number 13 here. You've got to hug the apex. This is where Max Verstappen, of course, spun, but then came back to do very, very well in the race into the final turn, past the pit entry, hug that early on the throttle, flick that DRS open like a windmill on the rear end, and he puts himself into P10 with a 16 flat 6.5. Not bad.
Look at all those 16 flats. There's 4 cars in a row, so it just goes to show that there's absolutely nothing in this field. Absolutely nothing. From Riley down to Kong, there's 4 hundredths splitting 4 cars, which is it doesn't get much closer. So look, Jacko actually is sitting in P6 at the moment. He's on an outlap. Jacko, yeah, let's just bring up Jacko at the moment. Of course, he's the team principal for Haas. A slow start from him in the season so far, but look, I wouldn't write off young speed demon Jacko. He secured P6 in the sprint race. That was his best result at Silverstone in the first 3 races so far. So, what do you reckon? You want to stay on board with Jacko and maybe...
It's a wee bit squirrely. That's that turn 11 again, mate. That is the Jean Alesi turn. That is going to take some people out today if they're not careful.
No Jug, of course, his partner up there just in front of him. No Jug is third overall in the championships in Tier 1. Qualified P2 in Spa behind AMS Kong. Had a superb race until he rode the mediums into the rain where the wheels came off, unfortunately. No Jug, he's a top bloke and I believe a contender to Prince's title if Lady Luck shines a little more often on the house.
Wonderful, wonderful stats there. As ever, you are the man with the information, and everybody loves the information like a kid loves candy in a candy store. So, it's the same as ever. I talk the garbage, you talk the good stuff, and Prince has actually been taken off the top step by KLX's DTR. No Jug swarms that thing.
Whoa.
That is like a Lego piece that has not been finished properly. It is all over the track.
There?
I'm not sure.
That was Prince? I think, yes, it was Prince.
No, Prince is on an outlap. Prince is still... Oh, he has collected him. Sorry, you're right. The Red Bull has gotten tangled up there.
Yeah, the Red Bull was out. Look,
he's lost the left-hand end plate. Oh, that's on that Oracle
Jug,
Red Bull.
That's really going to hurt the team Haas there. He was sitting in P4 and was on a flyer. So, yeah, you did mention KLX. He's brought it into the 115s, the mid-115s. KLX, obviously, in the McLaren. He's sitting P2, actually, in 43 points overall. Despite an early unfortunate DNF in Spa, KLX managed to hold on to P2 in the driver's standings overall. Just 2 points clear of No Jug.
Oof, that's getting close. Crikey. Not many points in it by the sound of it, Joey.
Apart from Prince, who's won the first 3 races back-to-back, and he's got a bit of a jump on the rest of the field. He's on 80 points, so he's pretty clear of KLX on 43, so...
Yeah, okay. So he's actually, he has gone back to back to back. So maybe tonight he can go back to back to back to back. I'm not sure how many turnarounds that is. It's too many backs.
He's not a
he needs to start going forward. He's
last week, I'm telling you, like AMS Kong and No Jug were out to, they looked like they were going to be a clear 1-2 finish. Likely, and it wasn't until Kong had the spin, and then of course the rain came down, and that threw a bit of a spanner in the works for the drivers. But it wasn't clear sailing for Prince, and of course, seeing that, all the other drivers will be thinking they're in with a shot today. So we'll see how it unfolds.
As you said, that AMS Kong actually had a spin. Exactly as you were saying, that spin, he had a spin. Turn number 5, I believe it was. He just got a wee bit early on the throttle on those cold tyres on an outlap. And he did have a spin. So unfortunate for that man. He will be looking to probably come into the pits at this stage, strap on a new set of shoes, refuel the car, and probably go out again. Let's just tie back in with AMS Kong and see what he's doing. He has actually invalidated, so he will be looking to jump into the box. I imagine as he comes through turn 14. No, he's going again. AMS Kong, he's going to bang it.
He is.
He's going to bang it. That Ferrari.
Yeah, he is. Yep. All right.
Yeah, okay.
Just quickly on the reserves. So Williams are actually missing Kiwi and Winston, both full-time drivers tonight. They're being replaced by Jedley and Aussie Two-Goat. Aussie Two-Goat, of course, getting bumped up from Tier 2. I think he had a podium yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. I was too caught up in my P12 anyway. And, of course, McLaren Kuiper, who's been... he's been a revelation this season, sitting in P7 overall with 23 points. He's sneaky good, Kuiper. Already got 1 podium this season, pleasing team principal Mercy to no end, I'm sure. Kuiper scrapped with the AlphaTauri Secret last week in the Spa, water splashing, resulting in Kuiper slipping on the side, damaging his chances of a top 10 finish. He's out tonight, being replaced by Daniel Starr, who is very rapid and someone I hold in very high regard as a person. Shout out to you, Daniel.
Yeah, I've heard you do keep Daniel Starr in very high regard, and I also do as well. He's a very nice bloke. I've had a few battles with him over the times, over the social races and bits and pieces, and just a fantastic bloke, and I'm so happy that he's in that papaya-looking McLaren Papaya all the way, of course. The Papaya McLaren sitting up with KLX in P1 at the moment as the Ferrari of AMS Kong does come around. Where does he put himself? He does not actually improve, unfortunately, for AMS. He is still a 16 flat, or 16.037. He may not have enough time to get around, get into the pits and get out again. But who else do we have? We've got Riley on an outlap, Aussie 2 Goat on an outlap. Prince still sitting P2. Oh, I reckon Prince is probably going to be going out again. Who else have we got sitting around here? Mash Jr. should probably climb a wee bit up.
Just put one in. Let me just touch on the Alpine drivers for a sec. So Karama's he's going around on an outlap, I believe. We know how fast Karama is. Of course,
Le Croissant.
Croissant. Yeah, the Croissant crusher himself. Look, he's worthy of much better results with his skill and pace. Just needs to keep it on the road, really, and he'll score consistently, sitting in P3 at the moment. And his teammate, Lorenz Bro, had his debut last weekend after replacing Kevin Cowell from America. And Lorenz, I think he finished in P9 for his debut, which was a terrific start for the young man in pink and blue, bringing stability and a bit of determination after being signed last week by ADS, the team principal.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, the old Croissant, I reckon P3, so he's actually very much looking after those tyres at this stage of his outlap. He's just taking it very, very easy. I'd love to know what the temperature is or even what the pressure is in those tyres, sitting P3. We are on board. He's 15.667 at this stage. He's got a relatively clear track, as we do see the Alfa Romeo, I think, in front of him box. I wonder whether we just sit... Oh, they are all coming out now. He's going to have a bit of a busy track in front of him. We'll sit on board with Karama just for the start of his hot lap. Yellow flags are flashing for this particular sector of the track down the main straight. He does go. No cars on the pit exit there into turn one. Very, very sharp corner. Just about missing the apex there, unfortunately. The double dose of almost losing the car. Double dose of DRS, which is where the passing opportunities are really going to be now, heading into turn two as well. Into turn one and turn two, passing opportunities are going to be absolutely on the flurry. Turn three, flat out down here. It's about 7th gear down here, and some drivers will be dropping down into 6th gear for the rotation, as Karama does just then, and 4th gear into the right-hander of 5. Now, he's making this look pretty tidy, Joe. He's on the power nice and early. About the 50-metre board, into 6 and 7, you are braking. It's just there's a car on the left-hand side getting well out of the way.
Daniel Starr's been
Daniel
caught
Starr.
out.
Was that Daniel Starr on the outside there?
Yep, been caught out there. Just getting room.
Well, Karama is so lucky not to go invalid there into turn 11. Oh, man, he's just keeping that thing on the track. He is absolutely keeping his teeth inside his mouth for this one. Making the apex here. Another car pulling out of the way under the DHL into turn 13. Hugging that, mate. This is a very, very tidy lap from Karama, but he hasn't gone purple. I don't even think he's gone green at any stage of this lap. This is just going to be a lovely banker. As we get the commentator's curse. Turn 14 on the exit. He's too squeezy on the throttle, and around he goes. No damage. But unfortunately, there's a lot of cars coming past. He's going to want to get that car out of the way as quickly as he can. Unfortunate for that, man. He didn't improve. 15.667 for Karama. 26 seconds left in this session. A lot of cars out on the track.
It sure is. I've just got Kong coming around. Turn 13, coming into turn 14. I don't think... No. I think he's all finished there. Let's see who we can highlight. Roscoe's on P9 at the moment in the Alfa Romeo. Let's have a look at Roscoe. He's still finding his feet in the field 3 rounds in. Roscoe registered a very impressive P6 in France in the opening round for his debut race at Inters in the Alfa Romeo, and sitting in P11 at the moment. Marcus has just gone up to P10 in the Mercedes. It's impressive from him. Tyler, of course, in the Red Bull, sitting in P6 at the moment. Tyler's gone back-to-back driver of the day performances in the last 2 rounds. Team principal from Red Bull, of course, finished second behind Prince, the reigning champion. So Tyler's in great form.
Oh, go Tyler.
Prince has just put it on. He's gone provisional pole with a 1:15.4. So he's just beat KLX there.
By an absolute bees. Bloody crikey. Yep. There is nothing
Willy
in it. A bees willy. Yep. Can we say bees willy? We can.
Secret just posts a 1:16.5 to go 16 overall.
Tomo sitting at a 15.8. Those are rapid times. There's only literally half a second between the top 13 drivers, really. 6/10. 6/10 is just about 2 car lengths. It's just nothing. I can't even believe it. That's nothing.
Is that a Red Bull coming around there? No, I think that might be it for qualifying. Is Marcus on a flyer? I think Marcus might be on his... Yeah, it looks like Marcus might be on his last lap here.
I thought I saw his red light flashing there a wee bit. He may be on the recharge, but maybe on the inlet.
We're all waiting for me to unblock Marcus, and that's just due to me being retarded with any kind of tech at all. I apologise, Marcus. There's no bad blood there. That was from a long time ago. It was just, I'm just retarded at doing that, mate. So apologies.
We had to Google it. We got him.
I Googled the video 3 times.
Oh, no.
Anyway. Got there in the end.
We got there in the end. And looking at those beautiful blue skies, Joey. Prince? What about Prince?
Prince. Yeah, well, no purple rain for him under beautiful skies in the Hungary ring. But yeah, I mean, Prince P1, of course, KLX P2, and Jules P3. So
there's a penalty for Prince. +5 positions.
Oh, that's got to be for when No Jug went.
That's got to be blocking.
Up behind him there. So that's contentious.
Oh,
that's really going to be contentious. So even if it's not valid and worthy of that penalty, he's still going to have to start from P6 regardless. So if you wanted a few, spanner in the works,
that's it.
Delivered it in spades right now.
Oh my goodness! It just flashed up there just as we were chatting. Oh my goodness, that could... I mean, let's be honest, he's got the pace, but it's such a difficult track to pass around, Joey. It's so hard. Yeah. So hard.
Prince is going to have to get around Riley, Karama, Duels, and KLX to get back into P1, and that's going to be no easy feat around this track. Like you said, really skinny, not many passing opportunities. Back-to-back DRS zones coming down the front straight, the end of, I think it's Sector 3 and start of Sector 1 there. So that's an opportunity there for the faster cars to take advantage if they've got a better downforce speed in a straight line. But yeah, Prince is going to have his work cut out for him. Of course, Tyler will be right behind him.
Oh, yes.
So maybe they can work together, keeping Mash Jr. and No Jug and Jacko the likes at bay. Tomo, of course, P11, Roscoe P12, and Kong in P13 there. So it's a pretty mixed up field, but look, all the really fast guys are normally in the top 5 there, and it's no different today. So I'm expecting just more classy driving from the best tier that we've got at Inters Racing League. Of course, sponsored by Dubby. Get online, enter the code Inters for your 10% off. And shout out to Staines, who does a fantastic effort. And Ducat, getting all those stats and graphics together each week for all the standings and results. So shout out to those boys and everyone else working hard behind the scenes here at Inters. It's been a fantastic season so far, and we look to keep that going as we head into the final tier race of round 4 at Hungary.
Oh yes, so ahead of us today, Twitch followers, we have 8 turns to the right, 6 to the left, a total length of 4.381 kilometres. It's absolute madness. And there's been a few wet races here, but not many. It's normally actually run in the heat of the summer, which is why it's so tough on tyres, so hard, so hot in that cockpit. It's actually the first wet race was in 2006. But of course, with the demise of Schumacher and Alonso DNFing, it actually led Jenson Button on to take the win. So rain is not a common factor around here at the Hungary Ring. It does happen, but let me tell you, not today. It is absolutely stunning out there, and I can't wait to watch the action unfold, Joey. I'm absolutely fizzing at the bung, mate. Let's go.
Yep, or buzzing at the rim, whichever way you want to
go. Depends what you're into.
We got KLX in P1, obviously, in the McLaren, and he's sitting in mediums. There's 3 cars behind him, Dools, Karama, and Riley on the hards, and then we've got 5 runners on the medium. So if KLX can get out to a good start here off the line, he's likely to get a pretty good start here from those cars behind him and just build on that as the race unfolds. Tyler, of course, looking to get a good start on Riley, because Tyler's on those mediums. Who are you going to sit on board with, Racer? You can call this one off from the start, mate.
Oh, I reckon we might go with Tyler P5, just middle of the front pack, I think, and we'll just see what happens around him. Prince behind him, Mash, No Jug, Jaco behind him as well, Riley in front, Karama, Dulls and KLX up towards the front of the pack. As we do just wait for the cars to find their way onto the grid, we are still sitting very, very patiently. Buckle up and neck up your pelicans. We're going racing here at the Hungary Ring. It is 5 lights and it is lights out, and it is that same glitching pause that we get, which just builds the anticipation. He gets a fantastic start, does Tyler. Takes over from Riley, heading up towards the front 3. What an absolute banger. Let's go broadcast view. They are 2 wide, 3 wide, 4 wide. Whoa. Into turn 1. The Red Bulls going side by side. There's a Mercedes in the mix. There's an Alpine in the mix. There's contact, the McLaren going wide, and a Haas trying to take a piece of the action as well. The Ferraris trying to have a sniff there as well. The 2 Haas cars right next to each other. The 2 Red Bulls right together. The Ferrari around the outside. The Mercedes has made a move as well. What can you see, Joey? The car going wide.
I can see Marcus and Roscoe going toe-to-toe coming into turn 4 right now. Roscoe's just had to give him a bit of a leeway there and let him go, which was smart because they had a bit of an argy-bargy going through turn 3. It looks like Marcus is actually giving
Roscoe's got him.
He's giving that to Roscoe, so maybe a move that was taken over the track limits there. So early start there. Looks like everyone got away fairly cleanly from the start. Not too many moves taking place. Of course, Mash got up on the inside of Tyler, and Prince is back into...
Oh, there's a car around. Jedley's out.
He's up 1.
Jedley's out. Jedley's out, turn 10.
Pushing those mediums.
Pushing those cold meds. That was about turn 9, I think it was. Just in the middle of the middle sector. The middle of the middle. In fact, exactly the middle of the middle sector.
So that's what, turn 9?
That is
8,
turn 9.
Yeah,
coming through 7, 8, 9, 10,
Yeah.
that
I normally
car...
get caught on a big curb and ride it like a skateboard through there grinding. It's a horrible curb. It's a full safety car.
Yeah, I mean, the curbs...
out the front, racer.
He has indeed. And of course, the curbs around here. I mean, you can ride them like your sister's mother, but you've just got to be very, very careful. You've just got to be very careful that you don't ride them too hard. Otherwise, there's going to be a price to pay. You'll have to check your email because there'll be an invoice and there'll be a price to pay.
Nothing hurts like a woman's scorn. There's no doubt about it. So careful out there, lads. Karama, as I said, jumped into P1 in the Alpine, so those pink and blue colours are really working for him at the moment. Ads will be frothing at the moment to see him up into P1. Of course, jumped in front of KLX on those mediums, so KLX will be will be a bit unhappy that Karama got the jump on him there. Of course, Dools is on the hards behind him, and Riley up into P4 in the Mercedes, continuing his fabulous start of the season. Prince is just plugging away there in P5. Kept a steady position there, maybe up 1, and Mash, of course, he jumped up there. We've got Jug and Jacko. No Jug and Jacko.
No Jug and Jacko.
Yep. No Jug and Jacko.
No Jug and Jacko. Rolls off the tongue. Who have we got as the big movers? We've got Karama up 2, KLX Dools down 1 each, Prince and Mash up 1, Tyler down 2. The biggest mover actually seems to be I'm a Noob up 7 positions. What a fantastic drive from that man. Lorenzbro up 4. And up 3, Secret, Scotty and Daniel Star, both, all up 3 each. Down 3 is Kong. I'm not sure what happened to Tomo. Right. Tomo's gone down 7 from P11. We did check for damage there before, but it didn't seem like I could actually see any damage on that AlphaTauri car. Did you see what happened there by any chance?
Well, yeah, look, I didn't see what happened. I was on board with him just from the start. I did hear a little bit of contact behind when I was on board with around the mid pack. He must have got a bit of damage because he's made the stop. He's on the fresh tyres and he's got a new wing, along with Aussie 2 Goat and Marcus. I think, look, I'm not sure. It may have been Marcus and Tomahawk, but I'm sure we'll find out in the incident reports later on.
Yeah, it does. Just having a look at the stops made, Aussie 2 Goat, Tomo and ET8 Marcus have all had 1 stop. So it must have been a wee bit of an incident there. In the first lap, which is not uncommon. Of course, yourself and I had the same sort of issues last night, which is, it's nobody's fault really, but it is what it is. It's just the same, it's just a sort of track that it just breeds incidents because it's so tight, so twisty. There's just very, very little room for error. And these guys are all pushing super, super hard to try and make their way through the pack.
So I got word from, looks to be the AlphaTauri engineer Ducat, who had a fabulous race yesterday. Was sitting around P5 for the majority of the race until just maybe pushed things a little too hard towards the end and ended up costing him a few positions. But nonetheless, fabulous bloke and racer. Looks like Thomas spun just maybe at the maybe turn 1, lap 1, and had wing damage and needed a pit. Mash has lagged out as well, unfortunately, but hopefully he's back in and taking control.
Oh, so Mash did he red X at any point? Do we know, or is he just having a bit of internet issues?
I'm sure it'll be just a bit internet issues. And Jedley's offered an apology for that safety car. He was trying to let people pass, and the curb bucked him like your sister's mother.
Yep, he rode that curb like your sister's mother, and unfortunately he has paid the price for that one. So sitting with Mash, safety car in this lap. Mash in the Masherari. Now that's something I'm hopefully never going to get wrong ever again. The Masherari is going to be a wonderful thing this season. He actually is in a Red Bull sandwich at this stage, and hopefully he can try and make the jump. He's on the meds. We've got Dulles and Riley on the hards. We've actually got Karama on the hards as well. They go too wide onto the exit. There was almost contact there between the McLaren and Dulles, I think, in the Aston Martin, maybe.
Mash has got a good run on the back of Prince here.
Great
and
run.
He's going
round the outside.
there from Mash.
Oh.
Let's see if he can hold it. Oh,
he does.
Big snap. He held it.
Oh, he does.
Dulles is going side by side with Prince into turn 2.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Mash is...
hang
on, Mash has got Tyler. Which Red Bull is that? I thought that was Prince.
Yeah, that's Tyler behind him.
Sorry, that's Tyler behind him. He's battling with Tyler. Yep. Prince up into 4th.
Dulles. Yep, Prince just got the move done on Dulles there, who had a snap coming out of turn 2.
Okay. Oh, it's all looking pretty tidy so far. Oh, they're nearly running wide, riding that curb again into 6 and 7.
Like Jacko and No Jug, maybe something's happened there. No Jug is he's had to pull off. He's let all the cars go, so I'm not sure what happened. Maybe just someone pushing it a little too hard, maybe, but the rest of the field look like they're carrying this through fairly nicely. Of course, those tyres are going to need to warm up after that safety car. Let's have a look here. Looks like
No Jug's
Riley
missing a wing.
And Prince has got the move on Riley done, coming into turn 13 at the moment. So turn 12 is where Prince had a good run on Riley and got the move done nice and clean. Looks like Dulles is right on the back of Riley, pushing him into turn 14 at the moment. That's the last turn as they come down the final straight. Let's have a look if he gets a nice run.
Well, Karama going quick time with the 20.632. That's pretty rapid, but he is on the hards, and man, he is defending up a storm.
Kalex up on the inside.
Kalex on the inside. What a move! What a move, Kalex. Oh, he's got to make the most of those tyres. Absolutely, he does.
He just
there's a wee bit of
over in front of him, closes the door on Karama, making sure that there's no move there on the inside whatsoever for him as they go into turn 3.
Or heading up towards turn 4, Joey. He's going to have to try and get back past. Kalex has got to he's got to try and get a bit of a lead here.
For KLX.
Oof.
That's a track limits warning there. He definitely went over those lines.
Cars are very, very close together.
6. This is the tricky chicane. Oh, he takes that nicely. Oh, Karama heavy on the acceleration over the curbs there. Now, this is the part of the track that really catches me out. I'm absolutely hopeless through here. Oh, we've got a yellow flag. It looks like one of the AlphaTauris.
That is Tomahawk. Tomo has come off the track. Oh, just unlucky luck for the thermometer.
Oh, Secret's going toe-to-toe with Lorenzo, bro, right now in P12 and P11.
I'll tell you what, Prince has got past Karama too.
Oh, wow.
He's made quick work of that. He is pushing that McLaren around turn number 14 onto the main straight. There will be no DRS. He is super, super rapid. DRS has actually been activated. He is just right. He has got some real estate under the rear end of that car. He does make a move down the inside.
Oh, wow.
That's fantastic.
Wow. God,
how
so clean,
did they not
he?
come together? Gosh, that was clean. He's going to have another squeeze down to turn 2. No, he's going to wait. Oh, he's just pushing that McLaren round with the front of that Red Bull. Or the Alpine, the Mercedes. Oh, the control is amazing, Joe. I can't even believe it.
He's a surgeon. Yeah, Prince is like a surgeon, just with the scalpel in hand, cleanly cutting the skin around the track. That's what he's doing right now. This is absolutely phenomenal to watch. Rides a lot of that curb as they head into turn 6 and 7 here through the chicane, right on the back of that gearbox in the McLaren. Let's see, through turns 8, 9 and 10, this is where it gets really tricky for these drivers as they're following. Likely to run wide and get a warning for track limits. Yep. What else do you see? Mash is on the back of Dulles as well.
Oh, he's going to have a squeeze down to 12. He's going to have a look. Down to 12. He does. Yeah, down the inside. How did they not touch? I think they did. Into 13 now we go. The left hand, he's got it. He's got the move done. He's got it done.
Just a bit of loving rubbing. That's all. Rubbing between mates as they head into turn 12.
Oh,
it
my
happens
goodness.
every weekend. We've got another yellow flag. It looks like we've got
it's Marcus
Mercedes.
out.
And Marcus is out.
Marcus is out. Oh, he's gone round. Where's that? That is turn number 12. That is Good Night Nurse.
It's unlucky for the reserve driver there, Marcus. It's not what he'd want so early on in the race after showing a lot of potential. I think he qualified P10 today.
Oh, mate. That is unfortunate. We do see a car popping into the pits here. It's Aussie 2K. He is popping in.
He's got, he may have had a bit of contact there with Marcus because he's missing a wing. So I'm sure we'll find out as the race goes on.
Yeah, wasn't that amazing?
DRS train right now.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my goodness.
That was absolutely, like you said, that was surgical from Prince. It's almost like he's a Jewish man, doing a circumcision. He just keeps the tip right where it needs to be every single time, and he just... that was so bad.
Not just that.
It just needs... I don't understand. So precise.
Like circumcising a mosquito. That's what he's doing. Let's go, Prince.
Let's go.
Phenomenal display. And let me highlight his teammate, Tyler, actually, just while there's a bit of lull in the action. Tyler, just if you're interested to see how good some of these drivers are when they're in a bit of a zone, head on to the Inter's Discord page and go to clips and highlights, and you'll see Tyler. He's put together about a 5-minute package of his overtaking in Spa last weekend. In the dry, then in the rain, went from about, P14 up to P2. It was just phenomenal driving and a masterclass from the Red Bull team principal. So get in there, get on the Discord, check it out, and you'll see what these drivers are all about when they're in the zone.
Yeah, what is it? Like, subscribe, and share. Get yourself in there. Go and have a look. What a fantastic... That's amazing how people can just throw those videos together. I struggle with that stuff. I couldn't edit a video to save my life. So heads up to those guys. They do a fantastic job editing videos.
Just picked up a 5-second collision. He must have been going into the pits, and he's right behind Jacko. So it looks like he's gone to the back of Jacko.
There's a few changes going on here. The tower is all over the shop. Tomo popping himself up into P12.
No Jug, a 5-second
No Jug gets the 5. Oh,
another severe. What is going on?
Where are the penalties? Oh no, not gap. I want detail. Penalties. Here we go. So there's only two 5-second penalties with it's Roscoe and No Jug. Both 5 seconds must be the pit lane.
Just collisions right then. So hopefully they can get those removed. You won't want to box, obviously, because that'll take the 5 seconds off then. So sometimes you just get caught out like that, and it's really unfortunate. So hopefully they can make up those time penalties.
Yeah, I think Mash Jr. actually jumped up a couple of places there for some reason because the people in front of him must have boxed. It must have been... Who was up there? Was it Jaco?
So KLX.
And KLX. Oh, of course, KLX is boxed.
Yep.
That's the difference.
He's on fresh hards, so he's going to go to the end on those. And
he's at the back, though. He's at the back, Joe. Yeah. Was that the right move? Was that the right choice for him?
There's
a Red Bull stranded.
You've got to pull a strategy because, something's going on here. The field is...
That was Tyler, I think.
But look, you've got to risk it to win the biscuit, as Stan says so eloquently.
What are these people doing?
26 lap. Oh, there's a lot of severe collisions going on and 5-second penalties. So
I think someone's gone AI. I think Tyler's gone AI. I think Tyler's just gone through the field.
Through a couple there.
He's ghosted, and I think his car has just taken out a bunch of people. Mash Junior Duels, Lorenzbro, and AMS Kong all have penalties now.
All right.
They're all 5 seconds.
Keep with the action, and I'll see if I can find out what's going on, mate.
Yeah, okay, sweet. So, Duels, Mash Jr. with unfortunate penalties, and I'm pretty sure I would hazard a guess to say Tyler's car went AI, or he went AI. Because it looked like he had a bit of a moment there on the curb through, I didn't really see, possibly 6 and 7, the chicane of 6 and 7, I think. And I'm guessing he may have gone, there's some drive-throughs. What is happening here? There's drive-throughs. Jaco cutting corners. There's a no-jug as DNF from the race. What is happening? I hope this isn't a glitch lobby. We've got AMS Kong with 10 seconds. Penalties across the board. Really? This is just... So secret P9, there's not as many penalties as there possibly could have been with that shenanigan, but the cars are relatively close together. The safety car is out. Burt Mylander is holding this pack accountable for what they're doing. Tyler now DNFs.
Tyler looks like a DNF on track, maybe.
Tyler DNF, no, it looks like he may be in the pit lane.
Just trying to get some feedback here.
Yeah, we will go to tech support, possibly Ted Kravitz, if we can find any information on this scenario. But at this stage, it looks like hopefully it's not a glitch lobby. It's unusual to be glitched 9 laps in. Either it's glitched at the start or it's not, from what I've seen.
I Yeah, I think maybe Tyler's disconnected and his car's just ploughed through the field and caused a lot of damage, and then he's just gotten back in and maybe retired on track there. I think that's what may have happened. We're just waiting to get a bit of feedback here, and we can find out if we're going to start this one again or we're going to keep going.
Yeah, the cars are safety car in this lap by the sound of it. So if we just sit with Mash at this stage, I reckon those penalties will obviously get removed. Hopefully there was no damage caused by that AI car. I bet Tyler is absolutely fuming. Nothing intentional from that man. Thoughts go out to you, Tyler. I know you wouldn't have done that on purpose, my friend. Shout out to you. So don't worry about it. Hopefully we'll get on with this race. We do have 5 cars DNF'd at this stage. Jaco, Tyler, No Joke, Marcus and Jedley. But as we head around turn 13 now for the restart turn, number 14, easy on the throttle on those hard tyres. We'll jump off the penalties now and we'll get back to the tyres. A lot of cars in the top 10. In fact, all of the cars in the top 10 haven't boxed at this stage. They all go onto 9-lap-old meds and hards. It's a mix. It's almost 50-50. But there's a move coming there from the Alpine on the Ferrari of Mash from Lorenzbro. An Alpine as well from Karama going wide. But they seem to have gotten out of this pretty cleanly at this stage. They are almost going 2 or 3 wide. There's a Mercedes in the mix there. There's also an an Aston Martin maybe.
All right, we're gonna call a restart to this.
Oof.
I'm gonna restart
to the race.
This. Yep.
Oh, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We may have ourselves a red flag scenario. This is a glitched lobby. I'll just quickly flick off an email to Cody's thanking them.
Tyler's car, unfortunately, he unfortunately went AI and ploughed through the field, and we just can't have that amount of damage to those cars that were up the front there. So we're going to have a restart the field entirely.
Oh, Karama has also DNF'd as well, which I'm not sure what's happened there. About turn 5 somewhere. But looks like we may be restarting this.
Yeah, I'm going to discuss with the admin as to how many cars we're allowed to restart here.
Prince has actually also DNF. Duel's DNF. There's a lot of DNFs going on. There is... okay. So can you confirm they have seen the red flag in the Discord? It would appear so, I'm assuming. That is... unfortunate. But we are still... okay, this is something we don't actually need to see. So what we're going to do is we're just actually going to cut the broadcast, and we will see you guys shortly.